Okay, so today we're going to try to clean up the wiring on this bike. Comes with that plasticky vinyl wrap. I already took some of it off. Problem with this stuff is I ride on a lot of dirt trails and paths, and the dirt gets down in there. Gets caught between the cracks. And I don't know if that's going to wear on the outside of the wires, and I just really don't care for how it looks. So what guys, I'm going to try to use this 48-inch long pieces of shrink wrap, and I use a heat gun and wrap the wires together. But I don't think I'm going to wrap the brake cables with the wires, because if I have to change these, then I pretty much have to undo everything I'm doing. So they may just get zip tied to the cable after it's shrink wrapped. And I didn't show this before, but that's my twin headlight mod, which I'm just going to take off because these are two stock headlights and they are so dim. Even with two of them, they're worthless. And if I get rid of the wires, it'll make the wiring look a lot cleaner. And I'm not going to tape the process of this because it's probably going to be really long. I have to unplug everything and run it through the shrink tube. And a lot of trial and error, I imagine. But it should look a lot better afterward. I'd actually like to shorten these wires, but I really don't want to go into all that. So we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so I kind of lucked out here. The 48 inches of shrink tubing fits perfect. It runs the whole way up into the controller and the whole way right to the plugs. So then we'll just thread them through the retainers on the frame. And these are the two cables to the lights. I'm just going to cut those off, cap them off with some shrink tubes so they don't short out. And then these are the shifter and the rear brake cable. Probably just zip tie those together, and up here, that way we need to change them, we won't have to interfere with the electrical connections. And on each of these, I'll probably put some, I'm not sure what size it'll take, but I'll shrink tube them down to the plugs. And we'll see where it goes from there. Years ago, I bought these plastic plugs on eBay. And you just put them in there. And it seals it off real nice. So you don't have these big open holes and you don't have to put screws in all of them. Keeps the dirt out. Gives it a nice finished look. That one's a little, there we go. I'll have to touch that one up. Get a little bit of black paint and touch that up. That looks a lot better than having those big gaping holes on there. Alright, so back here on the rack there was these holes where there were screws that went through in case you wanted to mount one of their baskets on the rack. So I put some plastic plugs in there too. Gives it a nice finished look. Alright, so here's the finished product. I don't really know that it looks all that much cleaner. The brake cables are accessible. And the wires are totally sealed now. Whenever I took that other wrap off, there was a lot of dirt, small pebbles that had gotten in there and was jammed between it and the wires. I really wish I could shorten these, but I think that would be more of an undertaking than I want to do. Because I really don't need my handlebars extended 3 feet in the air. Left enough slack there so that the bike folds properly. Through the retainers. And I am going to eventually replace these brake cables with better ones. And took the headlights off. I still haven't got a seat yet. Still running the electric seat. The letters are falling off. It's not a very well built seat. I do need something with a lower profile. That thing, it's not too bad to ride on, but I don't know. Don't like the thick seats. And this fits into my cat eye bottle cage. I've had it for years. My daughter had bought it for me. And it's pretty nice for putting your tools in or whatever you want to carry. If you don't want to always have a big trunk bag on the back. And I've had this tail light for a long time. I've used it on several different bikes. Just rechargeable USB. It is bright red. I don't know why it's coming up white. Probably because it's so bright. If I ever have to go through a tunnel, I'll just take my regular bike headlight that clamps to the handlebar because it's 420 lumens. I think the stock ones put together weren't even 200. I think they were like 70 some lumens a piece. The hand grips are working out great. You see how nice they form to match the throttle. Shifter's not the best, but it does the job, so it's staying for now. Same with the derailleur. Alright, so that's it. That's putting shrink wrap on the wiring. I already tried it on the bike, folds real nice. This is actually more flexible than the stock wrap that was on it. So if I ever need to change a brake cable or shifter cable, all I gotta do is cut a few zip ties. It's still not the best looking, but it's better than it was before. Alright, that's it. Hope this video was helpful.